All right, guys, today I got a list of ways for you to live a happier life.
Woo!
Yeah.
Step 1, buy a bunch of drugs.
No, don't listen to him.
All right, Simon, Absro,
Hey, man.
I got a list.
Is it a big list?
No, I couldn't decide. It could have been bigger. I made 13.
13?
Ooh, that's
All
a
right.
good number. Lucky number?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Lucky.
an odd number.
Based on books, shows, and experiences. And you can admire this MLG footage as we go.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
want to see that, right?
All right, step number 1. I put be a minimalist.
I like that.
I like that too.
You agree with that?
I do completely, because when I always feel so good when I get rid of shit. Mm-hmm. And every time I go,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't need all this shit. And then slowly but surely the shit creeps back into my life.
Yep.
and
Don't
it's
let it.
Not good.
Yeah, get all that crap in your garage that you don't need.
Ugh.
Just get rid of it.
Good point.
Okay.
I'm happier just thinking that.
Oh, this show's about being happy.
Good.
It's already working.
It's already working.
Yeah, my dopamine levels are getting higher. I like this.
It's getting us
Give
high.
me more, man. I need my fix.
There you go.
You ready for 2?
Yes.
I've got find a goal or purpose.
Find a
Yeah.
goal or purpose.
Yeah.
You need something to do.
Yeah.
You need something to do that you can constantly wake up in the morning and work towards, and every little step towards that goal makes you happier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have no purpose, you're going to sit around miserable. And it doesn't have to be like your life purpose. If you're miserable, just pick one. Say,
Yeah.
you know what?
Find a hobby.
Like right now, I'm learning Spanish.
You're what, 50% fluent now?
Well,
to your-
Duolingo tells me 40. But listen,
according to your phone app?
I'm doing it like 5 minutes a day,
Yeah.
and I've been doing it now for 6 months.
Right.
And I'm way better now than I was 6 months ago.
Practice
And
makes
it's
perfect.
Persistence.
Persistence
and that's
and practice.
consistency.
But day 5 or 6, I was still bad.
Oh, yeah.
Month number 2, I was still bad. But
Absolutely.
so point being, if you're working towards a goal, just work a little bit towards it every day.
Yeah, nothing, you don't get good at something overnight.
Another example of this goal is like Neebs Gaming for me, and I think you guys, is we get to watch this thing grow.
Yes.
This is like
Yeah.
a goal for us. We're
Yeah.
creating this community and this channel, and it's constantly growing.
Yeah, and that's what we've been doing for the past years. I mean, just growing our business as content creators.
Yep. And that brings me happiness.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to wake up. It's like, oh, got to get to work, got to get to business.
See, it makes me sad.
Why?
But that's a whole other story. 'Cause
Number 3,
You shouldn't be doing this.
habits.
I would
Routines.
imagine good habits.
Good habits.
I know a lot of people with bad habits,
Yeah, that can't be good.
Yeah.
I have a lot of bad habits.
like picking their nose, scratching their butts.
Yep. The balls, a lot of balls.
Yeah, a lot
itching.
of ball scratching.
Maybe routines is a better word. Like things that kind of work as an anchor, kind of keep you steady. You know, like
Yeah.
you may say, I have movie night with my friends on Thursday, and you look forward to that every Thursday.
Yeah.
There you go. Or exercising every year and a half.
No.
Like,
No.
that's what I do. Every year and a half,
You
I
decide,
exercise.
not
I'm
a
going to get in
habit.
shape.
It's not.
Year and a half. If every year, maybe. At least there's a set increment.
That'll be my goal. I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Have goals.
You're not helping, Simon.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I do gym 3 times a week, or try to. But yeah, that.
How do you feel when you come out of there?
I feel great.
Happy?
Yeah. Well, I think working out produces a natural dopamine anyway.
There you go. But little things you look forward to, whether it's a walk with a friend or family member, a movie night, a certain place you have dinner, or a certain thing you cook, all these little small moments of happiness that are a part of your week every week contribute to your overall happiness.
See, I have a routine of watching people. I watch certain people.
My grandma used to do that.
Oh, yeah?
Like at the mall.
Yeah, at the mall.
Oh, a
People
watch.
watching.
She'd go to the mall and watch people walk by, and she loved it. She's like, oh, because there'd be like a punk rocker, and she would laugh and go, look at that guy's hair, and then she loved it.
Yeah, and likes putting the glasses on so that they don't see you.
Nah,
Even
she-
if there's a restraining order, you know,
she
you got to
had
be real careful.
Prescription glasses, so you could really tell she was
Who are
looking
you
at.
watching,
Oh, okay.
Simon?
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Ex-girlfriend?
Sorry, go on. Moving on. Moving on.
Number 4, socializing. Like I used to play volleyball, beach volleyball, and that was a nice social thing.
Yeah.
You go out, you're on a team, like especially if you don't know people, you join something where you get put on a team or you take a class. Now you're in a social environment, and see, it takes a while to meet really good friends.
Yeah.
But that's a good way to start meeting new people, and then you find out who that person is who you have a lot in common with.
Friends sometimes can be hard to find, or sometimes they have them real easy. It all depends on like what you're into. Like I get a lot of these guys that play a lot of online games. They'll find friends that way. Like that's still healthy social interaction. Like you shouldn't do it all the time, but if you look forward to every Tuesday or Thursday, I'm gonna get together with my friends. We're gonna play World of Warcraft. That's still healthy.
Oh, yeah.
My next tip is forgiveness. Don't hold grudges.
Oh, amen, brother. Because it is like poison. When you're holding in all that negativity, it never does anything good. You got to let it go.
Yeah.
Good quote that I heard. You can't get ahead if you're getting even.
That's a good quote.
Very good.
Let it go and get ahead.
Move on.
Next tip, do something new.
Do something new.
Like, I want to learn to hang glide.
That would be fun.
I also want to learn to, sail one of those one-man sailboats.
Like a little Hobie cat?
Yep.
Yep.
Going to new places, experiencing a new culture.
I love to
Yeah.
travel. Traveling is always...
Traveling's the tits.
Yeah.
So I think the point is, you're not going to experience happiness by doing the same stuff over and over again.
Exactly.
You're going to get the same result.
You got to put yourself out there. Do different things.
Yeah.
Change it up.
Introduce new things in your life.
Yeah.
Then you're going to see a difference.
Absolutely.
Tip number 7 is if I were unhappy, I would identify the things that are making me unhappy and find a solution. Abstro, can you think of something in your life in the past you didn't like?
Yeah. When I was working for an ad agency, hated it. And I said, I got to figure out a way to not do this for a living. That's why I started doing animations on YouTube. I was like, I got to learn a new skill because, I always loved cartoons. I loved animation. I was like, I'm going to keep practicing doing cartoons and silly stuff until somebody's crazy enough to pay me for it.
Good example.
And I did it.
Man,
Good example.
that's a good example.
Everything in your life that bugs you, you're like, oh, I hate this because I hit this chair every morning when I walk down the hallway. Move the chair.
There you go. Move the damn
Little
chair,
things in your
people.
life that
Yeah.
cause you little headaches. Fix them all. Make a list of everything that bugs you and find a solution for it.
Here's something that I did do. It would bother me that I would spend more money than I actually had.
There you go.
And it took me forever to finally just say, I hate the fact that I'm paying all this interest to these people who are lending me money for shit that I don't really need, so I stopped doing it.
You know what? Tip number 8 is actually that.
Is it really?
Money can make you happy.
I know where you're going with this.
Basically, being the richest man in the world doesn't make you happy.
Nope.
No, being
But-
rich won't make you happy.
Being financially free
Yes.
will make you happy.
But really, what money does is it eliminates a lot of problems that make you unhappy. There are many, many ways
Exactly.
to be unhappy when you're completely loaded, but the unhappiness of not knowing if you can pay your bills or get the food or fix your car or get to work,
The stress, yeah.
all those particular stresses
Yes.
are done.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the
Once
stresses
those are
that
gone,
we have.
it's
Yeah.
a
It
lot
hel-
easier to be happy.
It helps.
I think I read something like they did a research on happiness, and they were like people that made $50,000 to $75,000, depending on where you live, they were equally happy as for somebody that made $20 million a year.
Yeah. There's a threshold there, and it's not that far.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get the necessities of life, you're about as happy as you can get.
Yeah.
Number 9, gratitude. Every now and then I look around and look at what's good in your life, and remember, this is a good thing. Don't just go around bitching about life. Go, hey, I got some good friends in my life. Or maybe you like the city you live in, or a sunset.
And I do a lot of, and maybe this isn't the best thing to do, but I do a lot of, it could be worse.
Oh, yeah.
I have to remind that's how I do it.
I do the it could be worse thing too, but it's usually like, oh, I just got T-boned. Could be worse. We all walked out of here.
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Not like, look at that sunset. It could be worse.
That's a better way to look at it.
No,
Yeah.
just being thankful for what you got.
Absolutely.
Number 10, which we kind of touched on earlier, get healthy.
Yep.
And here's my tip. Getting healthy doesn't have to be a big deal. You know what I used to do? If I was in a situation where I couldn't exercise, I'd have my headphones with me, like I'm in a hotel or I'm working or something. Find a good high energy song that I like and just like dance for that song.
Really?
Yeah.
You must look silly.
I did look silly.
Yeah.
They got a phrase, dance like nobody's looking.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
something to
it's
that.
exercise.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it is
Yeah, it's all,
exercise.
it's all part of getting out. Yeah. Being healthy will make you feel 10 times better.
Need to get that heart pumping.
All right, number 11 kind of goes along with 10. But I've noticed if you do something really physically challenging, like I went to Phoenix one time and visit my buddy Speeder Racer, and we hiked Camelback. And it was a good hike. But at the end of the day, like your legs are like jello.
Yeah.
You're exhausted. And when you eat dinner, like dinner is 10 times better than it ever is.
It really is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
When
man,
you
I-
do something like that,
Yeah. One of the best dinners I ever had was when we went camping with you guys, and we went down to that Twisted Falls. Twisted Falls. And the hike down and back up this thing was intense. And I was really out of shape at this time. But coming back up that mountain, just breathing hard, sweating hard, and then, yeah, like you said, legs are like jello by the time you get up. But, yeah, once we got to dinner, man, It was so good.
You feel good. You're like, man,
Yeah.
my legs are all worked out.
And also, like
get-
that day was my inspiration to like, dude, you got to get in shape. Like, you really got to start working
you
out
did.
more. And I did, yeah. And,
You've been in shape ever since.
Yeah, I feel like I've done pretty good.
Good tip, Neebs.
Thanks, Simon. Tip number 12, help somebody else.
I like this
That always
one.
makes me feel good.
Yes.
Anytime you're like sitting around worried about a problem you have and the unhappiness you have, if you want that to end instantly, just look at somebody else around you that needs some help. The elderly, the sick, homeless, anybody.
Oh, like that
Even
day-
just helping a friend move.
Yeah, you remember that day we helped that guy with leukemia?
How great was that?
That made us all feel good.
We met a guy
Yeah.
that was hiking the Appalachian Trail. He was stuck. His food, because on Appalachian Trail you get stuff mailed to you.
Oh, yeah.
His package hadn't come in. He was sitting there because there's checkpoints along the way. He was sitting there with no food, no money, had leukemia. He only had, I don't know how much longer to live.
Yeah, that was his whole thing. He's like, before I die, I wanted to walk the Appalachian Trail. He'd been on it for like several weeks already.
Yep, and he had a dog with him.
Wow.
And so we were camping, and we had a truck. We're like, well, hop in the back. We'll take you to the store. We took him to the store. We loaded him up with like Gatorade and canned foods and dry foods, and then took him back to the trail, let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Made us all feel good.
Yeah.
Be
Makes
able to
me-
help somebody.
It makes me
help
feel
somebody.
good, like, listening to that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like, it really is great. It's great to give, great to help.
Then we picked up Delbert, and I don't know if we should have helped him.
We picked up a crazy man after that, but it was funny.
But you know what? You did
We got
help.
a good laugh out of it.
Yes, we did.
Yes, and laughter is happiness.
Certainly.
So you got something good out of
So,
that
yeah.
too. You helped him. You got happy.
It was this old guy. We helped him make it into town so he could go flirt with women and try to get some head.
Yeah.
That was
There
his goal.
Yes.
But we had a group and a truck, so
Oh, yeah, no, it wasn't-
I wouldn't advise everybody pick up hitchhikers.
No.
But we were in a safe environment.
Right, and this guy had a cane, so I was like, I wasn't worried about it.
Fun story.
It was,
Good old
it was
Delbert.
a good
Good
time.
old Dil- I'm sure it
Old
was.
Delbert. Oh, he's been to jail. He's never been to prison.
He made that clear.
He really did.
All right, tip number 13, be yourself. My point is some people, let's say somebody likes something really nerdy. That's okay. Like it and
Yeah.
own it. Say, look, I like Barbie doll Matchbox cars.
I like Barbie Life in the Dream House. That's a show my daughter watches.
He actually does. You were talking about that the
I
other
was.
day and
I
wasn't
was.
shut
I
about
just
it.
like I caught a few episodes with her, and I'm like, God damn it, this is a good show.
Oh, really?
There are parts in this show that made me laugh. It's a fucking Barbie show, but you know what? Good on those writers.
It's
man.
working,
They
huh?
made a Barbie show that I watch, and I'm like, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
I enjoy this.
You want to be able to sit down with your kid and watch something that isn't a piece of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy about that because
Very
she watches
nice.
some shows. I'm like, fuck you.
So
yeah.
whatever it is, if there's something you like and there's like it's not the popular thing around you,
Own it.
Yeah, no, that's
go
Who
for
cares?
it. As long
Of
as it's not
course.
something hateful, own it. You're not gonna be happy if you're not being who you are.
Don't try to like pay attention to what the popular kids are playing to. Fuck them. Enjoy your own thing.
Yeah,
I
and-
always respect that from somebody. There's people that I know that like some pretty nerdy stuff, but when they just say, "Man, I love this thing," I'm like, "Well, that's cool, man."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You like anything weird, Simon?
Yeah, I like. Well, I don't know, collecting cameras.
Okay.
Guess that's kind of
That's not
weird.
that weird, is
Kind
it?
of boring. I don't know.
What
Is
kind
it?
of cameras? Like,
Like old cameras.
really? I didn't know that about
I
you.
don't know, baseball cards. I like baseball
I
cards.
didn't even know this
Like
about
right
you.
now,
That's
if you had like a shoebox full of baseball cards from the 1950s or 60s, I'd be fascinated, and I'd have to look through every one.
I've got a baseball card you can have.
Great, I'll take it.
All right.
I found some old Beavis and Butthead cards. You want those?
Yeah, I like memorabilia. I like old toys.
Okay.
Oh, I got a bunch of those.
Just don't forget tip number 1.
What's that?
Don't clutter your house up with a bunch of junk.
See? It all comes back full circle. That's why I got shit in my garage.
Check